Hello, everyone. Jesse Webb, Traders Pro. Happy New Year. Let's take a look at market conditions. Markets are closed today, but we'll still do an update and kind of get geared up for this upcoming week. Market conditions still remaining bullish in this bull market, continuing to trend higher at the upper end of this range. We're seeing momentum, which is pausing a little, kind of reversing back the other direction with this overall price pattern. We're continuing to see breadth in this upper range and sentiment also in the upper range of that extreme range, which means it's overbought to the upside and could certainly have some room to be able to start to move back or even just start to pull back just a little bit right here at these levels. So we'll see what the open looks like tomorrow and kind of what the sentiment is starting to look like. We have a buy-sell ratio, which is extreme and starting to curl back together again. Okay, we've had this really wide move right here. We had a real big spike in buy-sell ratio, and that's a good thing for direction, but when we start to get too extreme to one side or the other, then we start to get a shift back the other direction. So we're starting to see that here, and the question on this is going to be, do we retrace quickly or do we kind of retrace slowly? And as the markets just continue to find some support, is it going to continue this overall bullish trend with green above red? Historically, we know that those do pull back together, and this point in time in the market looks like that is what could be happening right here. Let's take a quick look at SPY, and we've got chart pattern that's actually still really bullish, still trending higher. We are getting little pullbacks now and then, like that one and this one right here, and every single time they just keep getting bought into. That's a really constructively bullish trend, and to not have any real capitulation type selling days or real big extreme down days still at these levels. We're going to get something here eventually, but whether or not it is a quick sharp move back down or whether it's just kind of a slow sideways move or one capitulation, one exuberant move to the top and then back down again, who knows, right? But that, in terms of where we're going from here, we know that the trend is moving in the right direction, but we're at just the upper end of that trend. We don't see typically markets just go straight up for forever, at least without some type of consolidation like we've been seeing here and here. That's what I would anticipate, is continued consolidation with a bullish bias right here in the markets as a whole. If we take a quick look at bonds, we're continuing to see bonds moving higher. And we did have a little bit of a pullback here on Friday with TLT, which is a 20-year bond, a little bit of a pullback right here with the market, and that's in a good place, similar to equities, to be able to have some kind of just a slight retracement pullback to allow for a new demand location to continue this overall uptrend. If we take a look at sectors, see if we had any real big adjustments right here in sectors. Transportation with a tick down in short-term trend. Let's take a quick look there and see what that short-term little move looked like. Transportation's just shot like a rocket straight out of that bottom and moving back up. So that little move there that we saw is not a whole lot. So it did move that back down to a short-term down, but really nothing overly aggressive to that downside. It's also at a resistance level right here. So again, as we're looking at the parts of the market, the parts being the individual sectors of the market, are we seeing anything that's starting to lead to more retracement? This is really the first sign that we've seen one of these sectors starting to have a short-term downtrend. Energy has been up and down all over the place, but that one actually is holding a little bit more bullish, a little bit more solid right here. Let's take a quick look. We'll also look at USO, but this is it's a bullish chart still with a bearish trend, meaning that there's a chance that we could get a support area right here to match this one. This would create a new high. This high versus this one moving this direction. We'll see if we get any confirmation moving back up. And this is energy. Let's take a quick look here at sectors and commodities and see on what oil USO is doing. Similar price pattern. Let's come out to the 1-year time frame. And so be watching on USO. Let me get rid of this chart pattern just right here and watching for a support range happening right here. If that pattern starts to unfold and we do get some support, we've moved back down below that 67. So ideally, we just continue this overall downtrend in USO and continue to see oil prices go lower. That would not break my heart. GLD, gold, nice uptrend. Would anticipate continued momentum to the upside on gold as well, at least over the short term and potentially over the long term. The long-term chart is running up against major resistance area and could break through that and ultimately trend higher from there. If we take a quick look at the new buy list, one of the things that starts happening here at market tops is we just get less and less coming into this new buy list because most stocks are already in that uptrend. So they're not shifting from a hold to a buy, they're already there. And so we get less and less stocks that start to fill this list until we get a pullback to move some stocks back into that hold zone. YRD is also it's a nice looking pattern here and finding support that 290 potential breakout pattern developing on YRD. Nice looking setup. URGN. Big uptrend, big retracement, looking for continuation now in that overall upside. It's not in that momentum zone, which would be a little bit more ideal. Also, a medical biotech, which are can add some volatility to the overall trade. YALA and ADR. This is a nice looking uptrend, nice confirmation volume here as well on this update, even though there's some fading in that topping tail bar here. Nice support off of the momentum zone and could see some continued upside on that stock as well. So as you start the new year, start building out watch lists and portfolios and adding to stocks that you may want to consider and be watching for opportunities to be able to enter into those. If you don't have full access to the site and software, then you can sign up with the link below, and we look forward to having you. Have a fantastic day today.